All right, so let's run this back. Welcome to Well Done Farm Co. I am Chris Havard, owner, CEO, all those good, beautiful adjectives. In my education and discovery, I have come across three things that have definitively been a no-go for me as I pursue figuring out what I want to do, how I want to farm, so on and so forth. And I figure I'll share those things with y'all today. So the first thing, off the cuff, I'm not doing dairy, and I get it. Dairy is an easy way to increase the throughput of the products and the offerings on your farm. It's just not for me, man. There's too many steps. There's too much stuff to learn. There's too many machines. There's a whole lot of infrastructure. You got to keep the cow pregnant every single year. Otherwise, it's not even worth its weight, because it's not like you can just take it and send it to the slaughterhouse. I guess you could, but there's really not a market for Jersey meat. In addition, it's just like, man, when it comes to all of the different like USDA this and certification that and all that different stuff you got to do, it just winds up being way, way, way too much. And ultimately, it's just too much for what I feel like I want to do specifically as a small farmer. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not for me. And it's not a knock to anybody who does. By all means, do your thing. I learned a lot about dairy bulls not too long ago. And apparently those are some of the craziest animals in the world. But for me specifically, I am not interested in doing dairy from cows or from goats, right? Like, neither one of those really interests me. I don't want to be doing that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a thing I'm a fan of. I don't really eat that much dairy. I don't really have a, like, we like cheese, you know what I'm saying? Ain't weird, but at the same time, it's like, it's just not, there's not enough of an incentive for me at this current juncture for me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna do dairy. The second thing I'm not doing is I'm not gonna breed pigs. And I know that one might be a little controversial, because a budding homestead, a starting off homestead, you know what I mean? Breeding is probably your easiest way to maximize your animals. It's probably the easiest way to make sure that you're maintaining some kind of profit, because you could always sell the meat and sell the stock if you got a good enough stock and you know how to market it. But ultimately, the thing that turned me off to breeding pigs is the castration methods, right? Like, of course, you don't want to leave the testicles on the animal, because then it taints the meat. But goodness gracious, they couldn't come up with a better way to do that. Like, I mean, these homesteaders are like butchers, man. Like, y'all just take and cut two little slits and stick your fingers in there and pull out the testicle and just rip it off like that. And that's literally the sound. Like, that's what it sounds like. And then every time I've seen somebody do it, I've heard like the piglet goes like, and they're like, oh, it doesn't hurt the piglet. If a strong wind such as that one brushes past me and mine, I am injured. And you're trying to tell me that a pig getting itself cut open and ripped, not cut, they're not snipping it with scissors, they're literally ripping it out of the seam, like ripping it off the tube. I'm not willing to do that. I will buy pre-sexed piglets or pre-castrated piglets. I'll let y'all be brutal. Y'all could be the cavemen. Y'all got it. I ain't got the proclivities for it. I really don't. I don't know if that's the right word, but it sounds good in this context, so I'm gonna say it. I ain't got it. And that's no knock to those of you all who do it. Again, this is not me hating. This is just saying, for me specifically, I ain't that gangster. I'm not gonna lie to you. I ain't that gangster. I feel for the little jokes. It's bad enough we finna make them meat, right? You know what I'm saying? We finna make them bacon, and I love pork, but can't do that. Not to my guys. Not to my guys. And the last thing is, I will not be doing artificial insemination by hand. I'm a nature boy, right? Let the system God created run its course. If a bull can't get the job done, get a new bull. That's how I feel. I do understand it has its necessities, namely in the dairy industry, right? Where the bulls are the product of breeding for milk, and bulls don't produce milk. So therefore, the docility and the temperament of the bulls has never been a thing people have bred for. Nah, dog, I'm not sticking my arm. I'll get somebody else to stick their arm. I'll pay the money for that. If anybody out there, you know what I'm saying, is like, hey, I want to be a artificial insemination technician, you gonna make all your money off me, bro, because I'm gonna call you out there. Because I know there is a certain level of cow to bull ratio where it actually like evens out in terms of profitability and stuff. And there's also a certain limit to how many cows a bull can service within the breeding season. But in terms of me personally doing that, nah, you got me messed up. Can't do it. So with that being the case, y'all can have that. And again, it's not a knock to those who do it. I'm just not tough enough to get it done, bro. I am 100% secure in who I am as a person. I am not tough enough to stick my hand in a cow's booty all the way through to its uterus and release a straw. I'm not doing it. I'd rather somebody take the classes and make some money. And I feel like that leads itself back to like my whole thing about the farming community. I don't have to do everything. I'm already raising the meat. I'm already gonna be raising the vegetables and growing good grass. I'll let y'all have all that extra stuff, right? You know, and at the end of the day, I think we'll all be better for it, because if I do it, I'm not gonna be a happy camper. But that's my 3 things for right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really have a deep list. It's just a very thought out list. If you guys have anything that you have refused to do for any of the reasons I've named above, or anything similar to what I've already named, by all means, please leave it in the comments, because I'd love to see what you guys are like. Nah, that's my line. I'm not crossing it. Other than that, like, share, and subscribe to the video. Be ready for more videos like this. I'm gonna try to get out here more often. Just hadn't had the time, but now we back home after the trip, so you know, maybe I can get y'all some more fun videos that are a little bit more long form. So with that being said, peace.